From that, we will now join our colleague Ibrahim Ba from the Gambia Petroleum House for updates on the move by the government. Well, thank you very much, Ibrahim, again for joining us this morning. Now, what kind of relief is the reduction of pump price for those in the transport industry?
Thank you, Amadou. The announcement of this fuel or pumps price reduction from the government of the Gambia on Thursday evening is a magnificent move that come in somewhat a surprising time. Actually, this is a big move that, will have the potential to change the entire transport errands in this country. You know, it is coming at a time when the issue of transport fares, the issue of vehicle owners, argument with drivers and also passengers and commuters was a heated debate on daily errands. So the government of the Gambia is now chipping in to bail out the situation that is reduce these pumps prices such that $9 is reduced from the prices of petrol and diesel. $7 over $7 is being reduced from it. This is a magnificent move, Amadou.
Very well. Now, how is the situation at the Petroleum House? Would there be work today?
Today, as you know, is the May Day or International Labour Day. In a usual Gambia or usual May Day, this is a day when workers from different walks of life will meet at the National Independence Stadium to celebrate the whole year work, their achievement, and ponder over some of the challenges. It is also during a moment through which they will also make demands from the government. Their rights, the requests for their rights and violations of their rights are also, put forward for government to take note or employers to take note from their workers, their employees. So today, a day before, or last week, the presidency issued a press release to inform the public that this year's Workers' Day will not be celebrated or commemorated the usual way. The merriments accompanying it will not take place this year because it is a situation of coronavirus. So no, the social distancing is enforced, and the government through the office of the president made an appeal or kind of gave directive to say that there should not be any form of organization in the usual manner. So you will know that this used to be spearheaded by the Ministry of Youth and Sport in collaboration with the Gambia Olympic Committee. But government is saying this year the May Day will not be observed the way it is. So as a result, it is only limited to a public holiday. And behind me on the background is the Petroleum House. We went there, but the doors are closed because you don't expect them to be at work. And the Ministry of Finance issued the press release or the package announcing the reduction of fuel prices in this country a day before the public holiday. So meaning that it would be very difficult today to see government workers or those from the Ministry of Energy here to come out to speak to the media as of today to explain as to the genesis or what does it mean in terms of the global fuel price market or the global supply of fuel, especially reaching out to the Gambia. So what we could benefit from the Petroleum House today, or what we can observe, is that it is the symbol of fuel in this country. So having our coverage from here will also feature the traffic and show you exactly what does the reduction of fuel prices that the government considered as the biggest ever in this country mean to the Gambians.
A very, very interesting one there. Of course, that means today is a rest day in the Gambia for the workers. Now, does this move make any difference in traffic?
Yeah, the move makes a bit of difference, but looking at the genesis of the move itself, we know the government was expected to respond because from the initiation of the state of public emergency, which was initially 21 days, later on extended to 45 days, now we are 1.5 months into the state of emergency. Concerns have been coming over and over again through the media, urging the government to do something for people to be able to move about their lives. To get to work means you need transport. Those who do not drive will have to rely on the commercial transport. And since then, the issue of transport fares have been a serious bone of contention between vehicle owners and commuters. So that you notice so in certain aspects that the transport fare is being double or triple, or the prices keeps hiking in without any additional income for commuters. So the drivers would always argue. They've been telling iAfrica TV that for government to reduce the number of passengers by half for them, then there should be a move to reduce either fuel prices or increase the transport. Where government was not taking any move, the drivers choose, solitarily to do it by themselves. And now the government, will find it very difficult if such a move was not taken, because already international partners, multilateral and then bilateral partners to the government, such as the IMF. We know that $1 billion as a result of the rapid credit facility is already in the Gambia, according to the Minister of Finance. And also, the EU, the European Union, supported the government. They announced the support to the government with a budget support of about $500 million. So these are all big figures announced in the name of the Gambia at the global platform, in addition to the local and domestic funds that are being committed to the fighting of this COVID-19. So government taking such a move was just timely, and it is paying dividend on the traffic, even though it is a holiday today, May Day, when workers are supposed to sit at home, be on their own and ponder over their, history of work, how much progress they have achieved, and the challenges ahead, and plan as to how to surmount them. But the drivers will be happily in the traffic today, and they are there, as you can see on the background.
Yeah, very well. So that's right. Now, you earlier on mentioned about the president's call urging people to stay at home. But how would this affect the stay at home call by health experts?
The stay at home is somehow a gray area in many aspects, even following international news, especially our neighbors in the African continent. South Africa mining industry is back to work, almost partially back to work, because they can no longer stay without work. We know in Nigeria also the lockdown measures has been easing since last week. In Egypt, the same thing is happening. Now market and the businesses are allowed to operate. So Gambia also kept amending the situation, because government is not able to provide for the people to stay at home throughout, especially in the Gambia. This is a month of Ramadan where the Muslim population is absolutely high, 90 to 95% is the figure. So meaning that people have to keep fast. They need to also earn to be able to maintain their faith with God. So this is a situation, that the stay-at-home campaign the health experts will continue to say it, but can government really enforce it? So what is happening now, the measures are being, amended gradually. From a total market lockdown, there is a partial market, and timing is assigned to the going and coming out of markets now. So this is supposed to continue now that also drivers are definitely able to come out, to benefit from the transport or the fuel price reduction. So you expect to see more and more vehicles to be on the roads. And once there are vehicles, the traffic, the traffic problem will ease, and then people will find it very easy to keep moving in and out of their homes.
All right, you have just said it. It's Ramadan, and we wouldn't want to keep you so long on the line. But just finally, eventually, could we tell as to who will benefit from this offer?
Right now, the immediate beneficiaries will be drivers because they complain of not being able to make some savings, not being able to even get back what they invest for fuel and transport, maintenance. So now they will have to $9 reduction from petrol. Those using vehicles that takes petrol, and then $7 for the diesel, which is the most popular vehicles in this country. So they will benefit, but again, government will have a reason to celebrate, and those who were expecting now the long overdue move by the government will try to my likely be reasonable with government. Now the criticism, let's see now what will happen through the social media, because Gambia is such that whatever happened before it gets down to the household, you also notice it on the social media. So as of yesterday, we could notice a lot of commendation going to the government, but and then others will say better late than never. So eventually, it is expected that everybody in the transport industry, every stakeholder will eventually benefit.
All right. Thank you so very much for your time, Ibrahim. It was good to have you on the line again. And of course, be rest assured, we will digest, on that with the transport sector, because the president would join us shortly. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome,
Thank you.